1. Was Manchester City's sale of Alvarez to Atletico Madrid the right decision? Manchester City swiftly sold Julian Alvarez to Atletico Madrid for a staggering €100 million. While this deal proved highly profitable for the Sky Blues, whether selling Alvarez at this time was right or wrong remains debatable. Before participating in the 2024 Copa America and now at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games, Alvarez stated, "I haven't stopped to think about what I will do next. Last season, I was among the most frequently played players at Man City. However, being left out of the starting lineup in some important matches was not pleasant. I will take some time to consider my decision. I have not yet stopped to think everything through calmly." Immediately, Pep Guardiola responded firmly, "I know Alvarez wants to play in key moments." Yes, but other players want that too. 19 players also want to play in big matches. I've read that Alvarez wants to think about this. Fine, let him think it over and then he will tell us what he wants to do. True to what Alvarez desired and what Guardiola decided, he has now moved to a new club, Atletico Madrid. The deal was concluded very quickly and it was unexpected for Man City to be so decisive. As soon as the U23 Argentina team was eliminated in the quarterfinals of the Paris 2024 Olympics, Alvarez's future also became clear. Man City did not retain him and demanded nearly €100 million for his transfer, as some very few clubs could meet, except perhaps PSG or clubs from Saudi Arabia. Suddenly, Atletico Madrid entered the fray and readily agreed to Man City's demands. According to transfer expert Fabrizio Romano, Man City reached an agreement to sell striker Julian Alvarez to Atletico Madrid for £81 million, €95 million. Under the agreement, the Spanish club will pay a fixed fee of £64 million. An additional £17 million will be paid based on contract clauses. This will be a record sale in the history of the wealthy Manchester club. But was it right or wrong for Man City to sell Alvarez? Firstly, Man City, or more precisely Guardiola, detests being priced or threatened. At this club, perhaps only Guardiola can challenge the board of directors, not the other players. If not happy, one must leave immediately without discussion. Secondly, Man City rightly did not lack replacements for Alvarez. This season, Man City had already made quality additions like Savinho, a new talent from Girona, Oscar Bobby, a young talent of the club, and notably Phil Foden. Additionally, James McAtee would also be an option. The 21-year-old spent 2 years on loan at Sheffield United and performed well in preparation for the new 2024-25 season. Any of these players could act as a false striker if Haaland was absent. Thus, Pep Guardiola was not overly urgent about retaining Alvarez. Thirdly, Man City earned a significant profit from selling Alvarez, which they can invest in the future, similar to how they initially acquired him from River Plate. Lastly, this money will help them thoroughly resolve any financial fair play issues. Now, Man City can use the funds to purchase new stars, aiming to win the Premier League again and the Champions League for the second time. But was it correct for Man City to sell Alvarez? Fundamentally, Alvarez was wrong. He should have strived to make his mark in Man City's lineup rather than engaging in threatening talk. Man City is not short of funds and is led by one of the planet's best coaches. Is it not possible for them to find a replacement for Alvarez, or must they let him dictate terms? More importantly, Alvarez might have felt he had reached his peak at Man City with numerous titles like the Champions League, the Premier League, and subsequently winning the World Cup and Copa America with his national team. That's more than enough for a 24-year-old. A new horizon at Atletico, with a famous compatriot coach like Diego Simeone and a playing style quite different from Man City, will likely stimulate Alvarez more. Alvarez can prove he can excel as a striker away from Guardiola's guidance. This was what Alvarez truly sought when negotiating with Man City before Guardiola decided to sell him to Atletico Madrid. Now, Guardiola must consider whether to use the ready capital or spend a large amount to buy a star. The issue is no longer about who Man City buys, but who Guardiola wants. 2. Man United wants to sign relegated Premier League player. According to The Athletic, Man United has surprisingly shifted its focus to Sander Berge. The player has made 66 appearances in the Premier League during his time at Sheffield United and Burnley. Last season, he was part of the Burnley team that was relegated from the Premier League. The 26-year-old midfielder now wishes to join the Red Devils, where he could earn a salary up to £100,000. However, Burnley is reportedly asking for a transfer fee of £30 million. Alongside Berge, the Old Trafford club is also keeping an eye on their former player, Sofian Amrabat. The Moroccan star played at Old Trafford last season on loan from Fiorentina. Man United did not activate a £20 million buyout clause, hoping to negotiate a lower price. Currently, Man United is struggling to make its third signing. The red side of Manchester has decided to back out of the deal for Manuel Ugarte because PSG insists on £60 million to finalize the transaction. After successfully recruiting Joshua Zirkzee and Lenny Yoro, the Red Devils no longer have significant funds to cover further transfers. They have also been unable to offload players who are no longer in their plans, such as Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Casemiro, Scott McTominay, Christian Eriksen, Victor Lindelof, and Jadon Sancho. Mu is also looking to add to more defenders. However, they must first offload current players before they can proceed with negotiations with Bayern Munich regarding De Ligt and Mazraoui. The most recent offer totaling £60 million from Man United was rejected. 3. Chelsea changes transfer targets. According to the Daily Mail, Osimhen was initially the top target for the Blues this summer transfer window. However, the team has stopped pursuing the Nigerian player. Instead, the London club has shifted its focus to Samu Omarodian, a player from Atletico Madrid. Chelsea is also said to be negotiating with the Metropolitano Stadium team to finalize the deal. Atletico could receive £30 million from selling Omarodian, a figure considered high given the player's record of scoring 9 goals in 35 appearances in La Liga while on loan at Deportivo Alaves. The deal for the 20-year-old striker is distinct from the case of Conor Gallagher. The English player moves to the Madrid team for a fee of £33.7 million. At one point, Osimhen was valued at up to £111 million. Therefore, Chelsea has decided not to continue its pursuit.